Welcome back to LBG Reviews. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell because I upload videos every week on Friday at noon EST. But anyways, today we'll be talking about Chicory, A Colorful Tale. Now, to give you guys a bit of a peek behind the curtain, I haven't played Chicory, A Colorful Tale in a long time. But I just remember that it was a really good game. I remember it had some pretty good accessibility features, from what I recall. Also, the reason why I say that I haven't played it yet is because I am doing a bunch of preemptive recording again to prepare for a month-long trip through Arizona, Colorado, a little bit of time in California, and basically I just need to get like a month's worth of videos ready so that way I don't have to worry about editing, voiceover work, video recording, and all that jazz. So, plus to top things off, I'm recording this July 3rd, and so normally I would record this audio on Tuesday. I would have recorded the gameplay for Chicory today. However, because of festivities happening tomorrow, I have had to record the voiceover today to ensure that my voiceover doesn't get messed up by fireworks. So with that in mind, I'm going to read information about Chicory, A Colorful Tale off of the Wikipedia page. Hope you guys don't mind a little bit of cheating on my end here. Chicory, A Colorful Tale takes place in a fictional location called the Picnic Province. Every character throughout the game is named after a type of food or a type of edible plant of some kind. The main protagonist, their default name as an example is Pizza, but you are requested at the start of the game to put in your favorite food. So as a result, my character throughout the game will be named Spaghetti. But anyways, the Picnic Province is normally a location devoid of color. However, long ago, the people of the Picnic Province found this magical item called the Magic Brush. And the Magic Brush allowed its wielder to bring color to the province. And as a result, there's been this long-standing tradition about wielders of the brush changing up the style of the province each time a new wielder has been chosen. However, when the game's events take place, the protagonist, Spaghetti, is a janitor in the Magic Brush Wielder's tower. As you clean up one of the rooms in the tower, all of the color suddenly disappears from the world. And as a result, you go to investigate what's going on. You find out that Chicory, the current wielder, is not in her tower. And so you pick up the brush, initially just thinking that you're going to go track her down and give it back to her to fix the problem. However, and I'll admit right now, guys, at this point, reading about the plot of the game has sparked some of my memories about playing the game in the past. So I'm doing more off of memory now. Dang, I think I got picked up with the mic. Oh, wait, that one definitely did. Okay. So the game sees Spaghetti traveling throughout the Picnic Province, tackling trials and challenges, essentially to become the new wielder of the brush. However, as the events of the game unfold, you find out that the brush isn't all that it's cracked up to be, and that the brush actually stores the doubts, worries, and the negative emotions of the wielder, even though it also holds on to all of the positive emotions, thus unlocking the ability to paint with all these beautiful colors. And that over time, these negative emotions have been leaking out of the brush causing mayhem and wreaking havoc on the Picnic province. Chicory's story is a beautiful story about imposter syndrome, about embracing and overcoming your doubts and your worries, but also recognizing that it's okay to have doubts and worries, and also that it's okay to, shortly before the final boss, pizza, or in my case spaghetti, grows their own brush because the magic brush that started it all has gone evil and has gained sentience from the negative emotions within it. However, you struggle in the final boss fight until Chicory arrives, revealing that she has grown her own brush, and that after the final boss is defeated, they agree to teach the world of the Picnic province how to grow their own magic brushes and to make coloring the world be a public thing, so that way there isn't this weight of the world on one person's shoulders, so that way there isn't any guilt, there isn't any woes of, am I cut out for this? Do I even deserve to wield this power? Even now, that's a very powerful message. I've talked about this in YouTube comments on other videos I've watched in the past, and I've talked about this with other people online. My entire time uploading on this YouTube channel, I've felt a heavy amount of imposter syndrome. If you're wondering why, let me give you a bit of backstory about me. As you may or may not know, my name is LBG Reviews because I am a legally blind gamer. Essentially, I'm not completely blind. I can see, but not as well as others around me. And I had started this YouTube channel after I had graduated from university about a year ago. Actually, well over a year ago at this point. Because due to my disability, I was basically overlooked for nearly every job interview I got or every application I submitted, and basically after a year of no progress on getting a job after university, I basically, me and my mother and the rest of my family were like, okay, let's change it up, how about you start a YouTube channel? And I agreed. Because I looked at the YouTube market, there are other visually impaired or completely blind YouTubers, which, first off, huge shout out to those guys. Even though he's not just a YouTuber, he's also a professional voice actor. Huge shout outs to Pete Gustin, the blind surfer. He was part of my big inspiration for even doing this in the first place. But I looked at YouTube in terms of disabilities and blindness as a whole, and I kind of realized that yeah, there were gaming YouTube channels about blind gamers and other things like that, and like there were even blind gamer review channels. But even the review channels that I saw, they mostly focused on reviewing the games from an objective standpoint, like you would expect a lot of game reviews to do. None of them had really talked about like how accessibility features had impacted their gameplay experiences. And so I saw that void in the market, and I decided to take the plunge. On and off for the past 3 months that I've been uploading to this channel, I've been dealing with some personal doubts. First off, Mom, yes, we can talk about this later. But anyways, basically, my family and I have an agreement. I need to be doing something with my time other than just playing video games, otherwise I have to move out of the house and basically find work so I can live. But anyways, I really don't want to do that. I really don't want to stop doing this. And so as a result, especially since a lot of my content hasn't gotten pretty high view counts. I mean, Potion Permit was a pretty decent exception. My first ever and so far my only ever triple-digit view count video. As a result, on and off, I've been dealing with doubts. And so in a way, Chicory, A Colorful Tale is a beautiful way for me to talk about those doubts. With that out of the way, what kind of accessibility features does Chicory, A Colorful Tale have? So, Chicory, A Colorful Tale actually has a lot of accessibility features. Sorry, I'm looking over at my phone. As I had mentioned, I haven't yet turned on the game to check these out myself, but the game has options for eye strain, where you can adjust the colors that the game uses so that way it's easier to look at with your eyes. You can enable or disable flashing effects, enable, disable, or adjust how much the screen shakes. You can adjust whether or not button holding options require just toggling the button, or if it still requires holding the button. You can set controller rumble. You can set controller dead zones, which is good for certain mobility issues. It also has a pretty funny audio setting, in my opinion, called enable or disable wet sounds. Basically, it's wet, squishy sounds. You can adjust the text scroll speed. You can adjust text effects, like if text shakes and moves around on the screen. You can adjust the font style so it's easier for you to read. You can adjust the player health, and one of my personal favorites, even though I never used it for playing Chicory in the past, you can make your player character invincible, so that way you don't have to worry about the combat-esque aspects at all. You can adjust the reaction speed requirements. You can adjust content warning settings, so like you would get a warning if like potentially sensitive content is coming up. So like when Chicory talks about imposter syndrome, if that is something that you would struggle with, you can turn that on or off. There's also an option to skip over boss fights, and that's all the accessibility features that Chicory has. Do I think that it needs any more? Not really. They've covered all their bases. First off, Mom, even now, July 3rd, I'm doing a lot better with the imposter syndrome. Still down to talk to you about it at some point, though. Anyways, that's all I've got to say for Chicory, A Colorful Tale. It's a very cute, very whimsical game about bringing color back to a black and white world and dealing with some heavy topics while still having a very cutesy aesthetic. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and see you guys next week. Bye bye!